Here's some ideas to promote altruism among a concept such as a nation, which doesn't account for it, otherwise it is detrimental to the concept of a nation, is the price of oil. So any country that in the vote of the UN supported Russia should be the only countries that buy the oil of Russia and should not get access to the competition to redistribute the barrels of oil of the other countries supporting Ukraine. I mean, we are a species, I'm not, but we are a species that is thinking that life is a monopoly game and it's about consumerism and accumulating goods and assets and the monetary paradigm cults and all this stuff. So, very disappointed in Uganda, the country that shouldn't even be part of the United Nations, because citizens can't even escape poverty there and go and be adopted or supportive or supported or sponsored anywhere else because they can't even get like a passport to leave. And the only times they can leave is when they get funding from big business. And when I say big business, I'm talking about churches, mostly over there, right? The powerful in the religious paradigms. So again, the economics of altruism is if Europe is not getting oil from Russia anymore or will not, and other countries, as they are slowly fading away from that, but are still, within that more steps backwards and forwards of modernity, climate related, still operating in these economies, their economies in this way, is they should stop like, let's say Canada. Well, Canada should not export oil to any country that supported Russia, but also to the ones that abstained. Now, if the ones that abstained want to make a public statement to say they are disappointed in how the UN is about a group of elitist big guys and the little guys in that club have to succumb as victims of the big guys, then yeah, if the countries that abstained want to make that public statement in the UN, say they don't know if they should stay or leave, they don't know how to represent the interests of their nations as they are stuck with the existence of this elitist club in the world that is the United Nations, that has devolved so far past what it had been meant to do and hasn't been honest and accountable enough to actually rewrite its own mission statements to say what it's really doing, which is obvious to people that can objectively look at the United Nations. So unless you do this, people, unless you say, okay, and Uganda would then have maybe run out of oil or other things, and then people would say, hey, we didn't defend democracy that much here either, because it's dangerous. Well, it's dangerous everywhere to stand up for what's right, and we are seeing the cycles of history repeat again here. Why are they repeating? Because you can't learn as a species, because you are taught to detach by having trust in God or keep working harder for the benefit of the elites, and then live and die this way as victims of the slaves of these failed ideologies. So, I mean, that's kind of what you deserve. But the thing is you can't save yourselves. You're all victims. Even the one training your kids to repeat this same toxicity that is an entire life of accepting human rights violations in these cultures, which are your dominant cultures around the world as a species. It's pretty pathetically sad. So please either learn to die with dignity as a species or start working on solutions that don't repeat the cycles of history.